Hi, hello there, welcome back to Music and Stuff. Today, I look rough and these people are here. So, As It Is released a new album, which is cool, you know, bands releasing new albums is cool, especially if you're a fan of that band. I've been following As It Is since their Blenheim Place EP, so I was excited for this new album. It was supposed to be a new direction, way heavier and darker and shit, and it kind of is. But at the same time, I'm also kind of disappointed with the record. I'll get into that later. Be aware this is not scripted at all. I'm in a hotel room in London, so it's gonna be shit. The first single released of this album was The Wounded World, a song I quite like, but mainly for the bridge, because the actual verses are quite repetitive and annoying with repeated listens. And that goes for most of this album. It relies a bit too heavily on repetition, especially on like The Haunting. And the same goes for The Truth I'll Never Tell, and that brings us to the problem that most of the choruses on this record are still very poppy and sugary, contrasted by like the supposed darkness of these verses. And sometimes this works, such as in the Stigma, Boys Don't Cry. It's very anthemic, but it actually has a punch to it. But on other songs, such as The Haunting, it just seems to kind of clash in a way that doesn't feel all that natural. And speaking of feeling natural, this whole change, it just kind of doesn't feel all that right. Considering this same band released OK, a fine punk pop rock album less than 2 years ago, it just feels somewhat forced in place. The verses on The Fire, The Dark are an example of this, where Patty uses his scream vocals. Hey now. And they feel kind of forced out. Like, I really do appreciate his screaming on this record, but sometimes it feels out of place. But that's mainly the negative things just out there, because I really do appreciate and enjoy this album. The thing I really like that As It Is are doing here is the ambitiousness, if that is even a word. Because their previous two albums, while I really do like those, they're also kind of basic. And with this record, they really tried to do something new, and, well, it isn't exactly new with the whole 2000s emo, post-hardcore, pop-punk revival thing. I do like the structure of it. Even if the concept doesn't come across all that well at all times, they tried and succeeded for a lot of the part of the album. Good sentence. And a lot of the songs on this record are genuinely very good, such as The Open of the Great Depression, The Stigma. The two final songs are amazing. The Hurt, The Hope, and The End are very great songs to finish this album on. Also, Daddy Is Calling. Because they very much remind me of their 2014 EP, This Month One, which was also a fair bit heavier than their albums that came after that. And both the lyrics and the emotion displayed on these songs, and pretty much throughout the album with a couple of exceptions, feel very genuine. Instrumentation-wise, this record is fine. I do miss some kind of like guitar leads at times, so Andy's lack of presence, god, it's too early to film a video. I don't know what happened with Andy, but just kind of some lead guitar thing would have been nice at times. The Open of the Great Depression comes to mind. Yeah, so on The Open of the Great Depression, it kind of starts with this awkward beat, and I do like the track, and I think it works pretty okay. Get it? Funny pun. But some more guitar leads would have been nice, is what I've been trying to say for the past minute. Okay, I think we're gonna have to go, so those are my thoughts. What am I rating it? I don't know, like a 7 out of 10? What do you rate it?
I haven't listened enough to it, so I don't know.
Fucking idiots. Okay, like, subscribe, whatever, goodbye.